Let me quickly introduce Amol. He is, I think, one of the senior most persons available here along with Satish here. So, Amol represents Lavasa today. He represents the real estate part of Lavasa. Having said that, he had been on the other side of table also multiple times. He had been advising companies, right? And he was part of some of the equity portfolios itself, where he was going and checking with companies and then advising whether they should invest. So he has seen both sides of this world, and I think it would be interesting to hear from him what is it that people like him, we always say, you know, these are the people who are going to give money, and my understanding is I need money. So what is it that people really look at before they start investing in you? And I think this is an era where rather than looking at all alternate sources, there are officially people available who can really fund you, who can come to you, look at your roadmap and other things and do that. I think Amol can throw some light on that. This is more towards getting some green currency inside. Thanks.
I am Amol Shimpi. Thanks for the introduction. I currently work as a Senior Vice President Residential Sales for Lavasa Corporation, the largest urban development and management project currently in the country. In operation since last 7 years, we operate on 12,500 acres of land, about 40 kilometers from this place. This I am doing since last 1 year as a residential sales head. But before that, I have spent a good 7 years with HCC Real Estate, where a lot of times we interacted with Hybar as well, and I have also been one of the customers of Hybar. And so a lot of questions we had regarding the actual use of an enterprise resource planning system. And at the same time, thereafter started working with HCC Real Estate, I also interacted with some of the customers, where the customers also had several questions that where exactly it is going to benefit. One of the questions out of that is that the biggest problem a growing real estate developer has is capital. Obviously, land is something which they are expert at, getting land, tying up the land, either purchasing or through joint venture development, they are good at that. But once you have a very good parcels of land with you, what you need is an investment. That investment initially comes through friends, then it comes to relatives also. But once you go beyond a certain point of time, then you actually need debt. So you get debt from the banks, but obviously the debt has its own downside. The debt comes at a higher rate. At the same time, debt also comes with a lot of binding conditions. So naturally in the industry, when it started growing, the developers started looking for finance through other sources, and one of that has been a private equity, which is about in practice in the country since last about 8 years or so. Private equity has very much in fashion. But getting private equity is easier said than done. So therefore, there are certain steps which need to be taken. The presentation very quickly will take you through that what some of the developers are already doing and what some other developers should actually do when they are going for seeking the private equity. A roadmap to seeking private equity. Developers' expectations. What are the perceptions development business carry in the minds of prospective private equity investor? How do private equity investor work? Then how the developers are changing their mindset to basically get accommodated to private equity requirements? What sort of information a private equity investor asks when he starts evaluating a developer? What sorts of preparation you should do when you are actually seeking private equity investment? How do you set your house in order? And how you should look beyond just the business plan what you have in hand. So the presentation will flow through these points. Developers' expectations are, one simple expectation is that I need capital. I don't care how it comes. He is also looking for rapid expansion, riding high on the money what is going to get through private equity. He is also expecting that because of private equity, the understanding of business from third angle is what he is getting. Like for example, some developers would have never ventured into retail, but they have now a very good plot for doing retail. So maybe if they seek private equity, then private equity will give a different perspective to retail business, which they can actually verify their plans at. Getting private equity is also value addition, because once private equity investment happens, developer stature in the business actually goes up, confidence level goes up, and other investors and even other small investors, they also start looking at a developer with some respect. That is credibility basically. At the same time, private equity investment basically gives you a completely different levels of relationships and networking. For example, if you take money from say Credit Suisse private equity fund, Credit Suisse today, tomorrow can actually get you linked with a lot of European companies who want to basically get office spaces, or maybe they are looking for retail investment. All of that can happen if a private equity is taken in a good way. Then private equity investor also helps you with his networking and his connections. Private equity investors also are known to mentor. If they find a very good guy to invest money with, then they also are known to be very good mentors, where they can actually give expertise to developer on various other fields where he is not really good at. So basically, show me the capital and then some. That is what the developers today expect from the private equity. It's good 7 to 8 years. So these expectations are slowly setting in the terms of development industry. Now, when the private equities started in 2006-07, they had certain perception about development business. Some of it is still true, some of it is quite changing. They have been seeing India's development business is a largely unorganized business. They used to think that these people lack professionalism. They have a lot of unethical practices going on in this particular business. Some of them circumvent rules and regulations, not all again, but some of them circumvent rules and regulations. You find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Lack of transparency. They don't share information even with the investors, those who have taken apartments or villas and offices. So what with us? They will probably not share the information. They will not be open to that. Then developers lack social responsibility. They are averse to new experiments. They will probably not try new construction techniques. They will not try for new means of funding, and they will essentially not try new ideas for managing project. And at the same time, most of the development business in this country, barring a few companies, most of the development business is in the hands of private organizations, private and individuals. So basically, largely the father-son kind of a business, or brothers, they handle this kind of business. And so because of that, right from land acquisition up to sales, the authority are concentrated in the hands of few people in the organization. And if they go somewhere, or if the split happens, then nobody would know what to do. Or if the main person suddenly goes out of business, then others will be simply clueless. So these have been some of the kind of a perceptions which the development business carried in the minds of private equity investors. The perception was developers live in their own universe and detest being answerable. उनको किसी को जवाब देना अच्छा नहीं लगता. And customers also sometimes find that there are delays, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year delays are routine. And only thing what you can do is you can ask the salesperson, कभी देने वाला है मेरा apartment. That's the only thing. वो बोलेगा साहब permission का थोड़ा problem है, कभी clear बताएगा नहीं. Okay. But when you started taking date, already like most of them got corrected, because now they are taking home finance. So you are speaking with HDFC, ICICI and all, you have to be answerable to them as well. How do a private equity investor works? Most of you would actually know about this particular part. But very clearly, private equity investors are usually a very small team. 7, 8, 10 people, unless there are very large organization would have probably 40, 50 people. But generally a team handling even 2000 crores investment would probably have 5, 6 or at the most 10 people are there. There is not much of a support staff is there, and everybody is doing the work of evaluation of the plans. So typically a 10-member private equity firm may even receive 400 plans for investment. Out of these 400 plans for investment, they would look at about 40 of these. And that 40 of these they will actually work on, say site visit and all these things they would do. Out of that, finally, about 10 investments would probably happen over a year. I think that is also a high number for a small company. But for a medium company, maybe 10 investments in a year they would do, because that is where something they would be able to manage. Sometimes there are board positions need to be taken in these companies, monitoring is required. Out of these 10, at an average, 3 enterprises fail. Now here I'm not talking about real estate industry only. It's all industries put together. Also the same statistics hold true, that out of 10, 3 enterprises fail, 4 turn out to be average performance, 2 become fairly successful, and 1 blossoms into top class world beater. Now a private equity investor wants actually more than 1, that he thinks that 2 to 3 people should become world class top beater, top class world beater. And every developer wants to be a top class world beater, but it is necessary to grab the attention first by changing mindset and work pattern. You would like to be the best amongst the 10 investment, you want to be the best investment, but the starting step is very small. You have to first grab the attention, and then you have to change your work pattern and change your mindset.